Hi, my name is Kamaria Smith. I am a project engineer with Swinerton. I've been here for about 4 years and I work for the OCLA department.
I am Mick Penn, Community Relations Liaison for Northern California, Division 21, which is Administrative Management for Northern California, and I've been with the company for 3 years this Black History Month.
My name is Sharice Milton, and I lead our National College Recruitment Team here at Swinerton.
My name is Antwasha Smith. I am the HR rep for the Southeast Division of Swinerton.
My name is Lori Dunn-Guyan. I am Division Manager for the San Francisco Core and Shell Group, and I've been with Swinerton for about 23 years now.
I was born in North Carolina, but we grew up between Maryland, Washington, D.C., Kentucky, and Hawaii.
I grew up in a city called Lithonia, maybe 20 minutes outside of Atlanta. Again, primarily Black community.
I was raised in Belfair, Washington, in the Golden Bell Mobile Home Parks. My biological father wasn't around as a child, and I was raised in a predominantly white rural area by white parents.
I attended undergrad at a PWI, and I attended grad school at an HBCU. It was during my undergrad experience that I decided to become a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, a historically Black sorority founded on the principles of scholarship, service, and sisterly love.
I am part of the Divine Nine. I actually went to University of Washington and pledged the first African American sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha, and I'm wearing my colors today, pink and green. So I had to dust off my jacket. I haven't had this out in a long time.
I'm happy to say that I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, which is also the same sorority as Kamala Harris, our vice president. So we are super excited.
I am a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, founded January 13th on the campus of Howard University by 22 amazing women. I've been in the organization for a little over 10 years, and it's just a great experience of sisterhood, not only amongst other women who are in Delta Sigma Theta, but amongst all of the Divine Nine sororities.
I believe it's somewhere around 6 or 8%.
But I know that it's not many nationwide.
There are currently 128 Black employees, and that's on the admin side and the craft side of the world.
There's 80 Black craft out of 3,500. So there definitely is, when you think about African American and Black employees, within the industry and within Swinerton, there's a lot of work that could be done.
And was stocking shelves at a store. The manager walked up to me and he said, "Rick, I like you, but I don't know if I'd let you date my daughter." So I was curious and I asked him why. And he said, "Because I don't know what you are." I said, "Well, you said you like me, right?" And he said, "Yeah." So I said, "Well, let's start there. Since I'm the same as you, we're just two guys working in a store."
My prior job, or my prior employer, I was a production planner, and I had the plant manager at the time tell me that I should be grateful that I have a job. I can remember a time when there were no African Americans in the plant, and I was so upset is probably not the right word that I would use, but for the video I will. I couldn't believe that a superior said that, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to take it, so at that moment I actually just walked away. I knew if I had spoke in my mind, I probably would have been fired. So I never took it to HR or anything, but a couple years later that plant manager was demoted. More action probably should have been taken, but it was nice to note that I'm sure there were other employees who witnessed very similar remarks from that particular peer.
When I first got in construction industry, I experienced racism with people making racial remarks or racial jokes, but I also had plenty of people who treated me equally or fairly. I've also experienced implicit biases in the construction industry and workplace, but feel this is everywhere, regardless of skin color.
Part of the challenge of the construction industry is that there's so much kind of joking, right? You know, and I'm not going to say horseplay, but joking, and so many times kind of racist and sexist comments can hide within those jokes, and it can always be passed off, oh, I'm just joking. And so I think, you know, as an industry, and unfortunately, you know, Mr. Floyd had to give his life. I think we're at an inflection point where we're beginning to look at ourselves as an industry and looking to see how we can be better.
I would say keep your head up, because being a woman and being Black, I feel like, and this might just be me putting pressure on myself, but I feel like we have a little bit more to prove to show that we're not the stereotype, or we're not what people think we are. We actually are more educated or elevated than what they might perceive us to be. So it might take a little bit of extra work than the next person, but I think if you just keep your head up and do what you're supposed to do and go home at the end of the day, come back ready, refreshed, and recharged the next day to get to work and be the best that you can be, then you'll be good.
I give this advice too. It's a poor craftsman that blames their tools. So be confident in your capabilities. Be the expert in your role. Be understanding with your teams, and be patient with those around you who are learning. Most people want to do what's right, so help them out. And when you see somebody struggling or doing something wrong, put yourself in their shoes. You'd want to be helped, right?
I would say just do your research on any company or organization that you're looking to join. So you want to make sure that that company is really, you know, open to inclusivity, that they have a strong equity and inclusion program, or they're working towards equity and inclusion. So if they're not an inclusive environment, then go to another company.
Encourage any Black individual or minority deciding to get involved with the construction industry to know their opinion matters and to speak up to leadership when something doesn't feel right or rest right. I would encourage them to know that they have the same opportunities as others, but must be willing to take the opportunity when given.
You know, just be excited, be enthusiastic, be open. I think, especially here at Swinerton, we're very serious about inclusivity. And I think that the thing that new team members have to remember is that, in my mind, inclusivity, it goes both ways, right? So it's not just about your boss being inclusionary and including everyone, but just be open, be a little vulnerable, you know, show yourself, be comfortable to show your authentic self, because at the end of the day, I think that that's one of the reasons I've stayed at Swinerton, because I've been able to just be my authentic self, and I've been able to get opportunities, right? And so a lot of that is just breaking down barriers even within yourself to let people kind of just get to know you and just be open to the kind of experiences and exposure that are out there. So that's probably my best piece of advice.
A wise person once told me that you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So my advice to anyone who identifies as Black, who is considering entering into the construction industry, is to take your shot and be the change agent you wish to see. Black history goes far beyond 28 days out of a calendar year. For me, Black history is celebrated 365 days, because as a Black woman, every day I aspire to become a part of Black history.
Usually what I try to do every day for the month of Black History Month, I'll find a fact or something interesting that I like, and I'll try to remember it more or less. So for example, if somebody invented something, I'll try to commit that to memory, and I'll do that every day for 28 days just to try to heighten my awareness of Black History Month and try to celebrate what came from my ancestors.
So whatever you are, a person of color or not, take the time to learn about the history of Black people in America during Black History Month, and the reality of what transpired, not just what you heard or read in a single publication.
So Black History Month to me means understanding where I come from, understanding our past, letting it play a role in our present and improving our future, especially for the next generations to come. That's what it means to be Black history to me.
So I think Black History Month has always had an impact on me because, you know, it is the time of the year that we're able to focus on all of the impact that Black folks have had in this country. And think about all the different inventions and leaders, and it's really a time to, you know, focus on, you know, understanding the past, but also, you know, acknowledging and supporting and praising today. You know, I want to send a shout out to Shaman Walton, Board of Supervisors President, first Black president of the Board of Supervisors, you know, in San Francisco's history. And it's those achievements and it's that contribution to history that I think that we can all share and learn about, you know, through Black History Month.
I personally feel Swinerton supports and empowers us by giving you the opportunity for you to voice your opinion and the opportunity to advance your career through things like the mentorship program, which I'm currently in. I also feel that the more you reach out to your employees and empower them and involve them with things like this, it will only strengthen Swinerton as a company.
Starting early, starting with the recruiting, but taking and making making that additional effort to ensure that we're expanding the net to people of color and to females.
Is to ask questions, to do research, to not believe everything you're seeing on TV and in the media about, you know, Black culture, because there's so much more to us, and it's not one size fits all. I can't speak for all Black people. I mean, my experience is much different than other people that you're watching on this interview. Everyone's experience is very different. So if you have a question, ask.